Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Hi guys, good evening. I hope all are getting my screen and voice. Please confirm on chat box. Right. Right, in previous sessions, so we discussed course content and we discussed what is DevOps. In yesterday's session, we discussed what is DevOps. Fine. So today, we are going to discuss SDLC. SDLC. Right, software development life cycle. SDLC stands for what? Software development life cycle. Software development life cycle. Guys, anyone have any idea on this SDLC? Please confirm. Anyone have any idea on this SDLC? What is this SDLC? What is SDLC? Right, in companies, if you want to create any project, we need to follow this SDLC methodologies. SDLC is a methodology, guys. It is a methodology. In this SDLC, we have so many methodologies are available. For developing any project, we need to follow this SDLC methodology. What is SDLC? Software development life cycle. Right? SDLC represents a methodology. It represents a methodology. It defines the process of creating the software project. The process of creating the software project. What it will define, guys? It defines the process of creating the software project. Right. So next, SDLC it focus on below phases. We have several phases, guys. Right, we have several phases. It focus on below phases of software development. Right, while developing the software projects, right here we have several phases are there. SDLC will focus on all those phases. Guys, please have a look into these steps. What is SDLC? It is a methodology. It defines the process of creating the software project. Right, it focuses on below phases of software development. What phases are there? The first phase is requirement analysis. Requirement analysis. The first phase is requirement analysis. The second phase, guys, project means we directly want to go into the development, guys. Project means we won't start the development directly. Several phases are there. One by one we need to follow. What is the first phase in software development? Requirement analysis. Client will give some requirement to the companies. Companies need to analyze that requirement. Means what? Right, whatever client is expecting, right, is it possible to do that requirement or not? Right, client will give some timelines. Right, within that timeline, is it possible to complete that project or not? Right, client will tell some budget. Within that budget, is it possible to complete that project or not? Right, all that requirement we need to gather, guys. First one is requirement gathering, requirement analysis, guys. Right, second phase is planning. Second phase is planning. What we need to plan, guys? Once requirement is clear, we need to plan. Right, how many developers we have, how many testers we have, right, to complete these requirements, how many developers we need to use, how many testers we need to use, how many modules are there in this project, right? So how much time it will take, what is the timeline, each module how much time it will take, right? That planning we need to do, guys. First one, from the client we need to get the requirement and we need to analyze that requirement. Second phase is we need to plan. We need to do some planning, guys. How many resources we need to put for this requirement? If I put 10 resources, for 10 resources, right, what is the timeline to complete this project? For 5 resources, if I use 5 resources only, right, how much time it will take to complete this project? All that planning we need to do it here, guys. Right, once the planning stage is completed, next one is design. Software design. Third phase is a design phase, guys. Right, here design is nothing but what? One blueprint, guys. We need to design, we need to draw some sequential diagrams and class diagrams and everything, guys. We need to create one blueprint, right, for our project. That is called a design phase. Once a design is completed, next one is development phase, guys. Development is the fourth phase, guys. Right, immediately we won't start the development. Development is the fourth phase. Before development, we need to analyze the requirement and we need to plan according to this requirement and we need to design the software, right? Then only development will come into the picture. Once development is completed, what is the next phase? Testing, guys. Right, what testers will do? Right, as per client requirement, developers are developed the project or not, we need to test it here. Right, development is done as per the client requirement or not, we need to test it here. Fifth phase is testing phase. Next, sixth phase. What is the sixth phase? Deployment. Once testing is done, we need to deploy the project into the servers. Right, so next, after deployment, next, what is the next phase? Maintenance or support. Guys. After delivering the project to client, we need to give support, guys. Suppose if you purchase any product, you guys will ask warranty or not. Right, same way, after delivering the project, right, first 6 months or first 1 year, if there is any problem in that project, we need to give the support for that. We need to resolve that issue and we need to give, guys, right? Support also we need to provide them. So these are the different phases are available in software development. Guys, have a look into these phases, very important. If you want to develop any project, these phases are very important. Directly we won't start the development. First you need to understand the requirement. You need to go through the requirement thoroughly, right? If you are not clear the requirement, then you can't able to develop the project properly. Understanding the requirement is very important, guys. Understand the requirement is very important. If requirement is not clear, right, you can't able to develop the project properly. Okay, have a look into these phases. Requirement analysis. First, client will give the requirement to the companies. Companies needs to do some analysis. What analysis companies will do, right? So client requirement, so is it possible to fulfill that requirement or not, right? Within that budget we can able to complete that project or not. All that analysis we need to do in this phase. Second phase is planning. To fulfill the client requirement, how many resources we need to put, what technologies we need to use, right? Everything we need to do in this planning stage. Once planning is completed, we need to design that project, guys. On paper, right, we need to draw some graphical representation, some diagrams we need to create. We need to design the project first, right? Once design is completed, then development will come into the picture. According to this design and according to this requirement, right, development will start. We need to give these requirement documents, design documents to developers. Developers will go through these things. According to these things, development will start. Once development is completed, testing people will test the application whether it is working as per client requirement or not, right? So once testing is completed, we need to deliver the project to client. Deployment means delivering the project to client, guys. Right, here in testing, several testings are available, guys. Right, SID testing, UAT testing, right, several testings are available at here. Right, once all testings are completed, we will deliver the project to client. Once project is delivered to client, we need to provide the support for few days, guys, few months or few years. We need to provide the support based on the agreement with the client. Clear, guys? What is SDLC, guys? It is a methodology. SDLC is a methodology. What this SDLC defining? It defines the process of creating the software project. This is the process. What is the process? First step is requirement analysis. Second step is planning. This is the process, guys. One by one, this is the process which we need to follow for developing the software project. Right, it focus on below phases. These are the phases we have. Sorry, at the time of software development, we need to follow all these phases. Then only we can able to deliver the quality of the project to client, guys. Understood? Please go through these steps once. Is it clear, guys? What is SDLC? What phases are there in SDLC? Is it clear? Fine. So SDLC is what, guys? It is a methodology, right? In SDLC we have several other methodologies also. We have other methodologies also in SDLC, right? In SDLC we have several methodologies. In SDLC we have several methodologies. What methodologies are available? Right, one is waterfall methodology. Waterfall methodology. Second one is V model. Third one is spiral. Spiral. Right. Fourth one is agile. Like this, we have several methodologies are available in this SDLC. Waterfall methodology, V model, spiral, and agile. Like this, we have several methodologies are available. Right, guys? Right. Among all these, the first methodology. Right, the first methodology is the waterfall methodology, guys. When this waterfall methodology came into the market, this waterfall methodology came into the market in 1970s, guys. 1970. 1970s, this waterfall methodology came into the market. Earlier, people wants to develop any software project, they should follow this waterfall methodology only. Earlier, guys, long back, not now, guys. Now this waterfall methodology is outdated. No one is not following this waterfall methodology now. It is outdated. Earlier, long back, guys, if anyone wants to start any software project, compulsory they should follow this waterfall methodology. Now the current trending methodology in the market is agile methodology. Now almost all the companies are following this agile methodology only. Waterfall methodology is the outdated methodology. Right, we will see what limitations are there, what challenges are there in this waterfall methodology, why this agile methodology came into the picture. We will discuss, guys. Guys, have a look into these methodologies. Right, guys. So when this waterfall methodology came into the market, 1970s, 1970s, guys. In 1970, waterfall methodology came into the market. In 1970, waterfall methodology came into the market. Right. So next, guys, here this waterfall methodology is the first methodology, guys. First methodology that introduced as process model. This waterfall methodology is the first model that introduced as process model. Waterfall methodology is the first model, guys. Right, which one is came into the market first? This waterfall methodology only. Earlier, if anybody wants to develop any software project, they need to follow this waterfall methodology only. Right, when this waterfall methodology came into the market in 1970, waterfall methodology came into the market. If anybody wants to start software project, they need to follow this waterfall methodology only. Right, so it is a sequential approach, guys. Sequential or linear, anything we can call. Waterfall methodology is a linear or sequential. Linear or sequential approach. Linear approach or sequential approach to develop software project. Right, linear approach means what, guys? Linear approach means what? See, let me open Google. Here we can able to see. Right, here just let me type waterfall model. Waterfall model means this is the waterfall model which we have, guys. See guys, this is the waterfall model. See guys, what is the first phase in waterfall model? Requirement analysis. What is the second phase? Design. Right? What is the third phase? Development, testing, deployment, maintenance. So these are the different phases we have, guys. These are the different phases we have in waterfall methodology. See guys, assume these are the steps, guys. Right? If you fall the water, right, on top step, what it will happen? One by one, it will fall like this. Right? If you throw the water here, what it will happen? Right? Water will come one step by one step like this. That's why we will call it as waterfall model. Waterfall model, guys. Here, first activity is requirement analysis. Next, design. Next, development, testing, deployment, maintenance. These are the steps we need to follow, guys, at the time of developing any software project. Have a look into this diagram, guys. So these are the different phases we have in waterfall model. See guys, linear, sequential means one by one after another. Directly you can't able to go into this development phase. First you should complete design, then only you will come to this one. Directly you can't able to go to design phase. First you should complete this requirement analysis, then only you can able to come to this phase. Sequential order it will go. One by one it will go. You can't able to jump into middle directly. Right? And you can't able to go back also. Waterfall means like this only it will go. Water will go like this. Correct? Water will go like this only. Water can't go back, guys. It won't go back like this, guys. See, right now you are in development phase. Right now you can't able to go back to design phase. Once design is completed, then only you can able to come to this development phase, guys. Sequentially will happen. Sequentially, one by one. We can say linear order also. Clear, guys? Have a look into this diagram. We can say step by step approach also, guys. Step by step. First step, second step, third step. Like that, step by step approach also we can say. Okay, fine. So guys, observe it here. Right. So guys, observe it here. I want one e-commerce project, guys. Right. I have one business idea in my mind. Right. I want to start one e-commerce business. Right. I want to start one e-commerce business. Nowadays, e-commerce business are very famous, right? I want to start one e-commerce business. For that, I want one software. If you want to start any business, some software is required, right? So now to start this e-commerce business, I want one software. So that's why I approach it to one software company. Which is Infosys. Right, Infosys. Right, I explained everything. What is my requirement, what I want, everything I explained to this Infosys company team. Right, Infosys team, I explained everything. So now what Infosys will do, they will start the analysis on the requirement. Already I have given the requirement to this company. Now this company will start the analysis. What is the client? Right, client requirement. What is the client requirement? How to fulfill that client requirement? So that analysis will done by this Infosys company. Right, once analysis completed, Infosys team told like this: Array, to complete your project, it will take 3 years of time. 3 years of time. Right, to complete your project, it will take 3 years of time, and right, 2 crores, right, 2 crores, 2 cr, right, budget 2 cr, guys. You need to pay 2 crores, and right, we can able to complete your project in 3 years, next 3 years of the time. So this is the duration of the duration, and this is the budget, guys. Right. So here, so what's happened in waterfall model, right? You know, see guys, assume now I got one idea, I got one business idea. So now what is the year, guys? Now this is 2022. I got one business idea. According that business idea, I want one software. That's why I approached to one company. They told to complete this project 3 years of time it will take, like that. Okay. So now today whatever, so 3 years means what? Right, approximately right 26 I can able to get that project, like that. Now tell me guys, today whatever idea I have in my mind, so that idea will work in 2026 also, guys. Right, it will get changed, right? It will get changed, keep on change, right? So many other peoples will come up with the same business, right? So many, whatever I have idea, with same idea, so many people will come into the market, guys. Right, whatever the idea you have in 2022, this idea may not work in 2026, guys. Maybe it won't work, maybe it won't work in 2026. Right, we need to come up with some more new ideas, we need to add some more new ideas based on the market, guys. Based on the market, we need to change our ideas, we need to change our plans, guys. But in waterfall model, right, so here we have some limitations, guys. What is the limitation? What is the limitations we have in waterfall model? Right, so once you explained your requirement, after 1 year, if you want to change your plans, if you want to change your right requirements, they won't do any changes. At the beginning, whatever you told, that is fixed in waterfall model, guys. At the beginning, whatever you told, that is fixed. In the middle, if you want to change, you can't able to change in waterfall methodology. That is one main limitation which we have, guys. Right? What is the problem we have? Requirements can't be changed in the middle. At the beginning, whatever the requirement you have given, that is fixed till end. You can't able to change the requirement in the middle. That is one problem with waterfall. Right? Yeah. So we can't, guys, please mute.
Maybe you were talking, maybe.
Right, guys, at the beginning, whatever the requirement you have given to the companies, that requirement is fixed. In the middle, you can't able to change the requirement. That is one limitation which we have. Right? So next time, right, see here, now you came to development phase. Right, again you can't able to go back to design phase. That is another limitation. You can't able to go to previous stages at here. That is another limitation. Next, testing will happen once all these phases are completed, then only testing will happen, guys. Right, in the middle, see guys, e-commerce project means several modules are available. Billing module is available, right? Cards module is available, admin module is available, like that several modules are available, guys. Right, when you can able to test your application, once all these modules are developed, once all these modules are completed, then only you can able to test your application. In the middle, module wise, you can't able to test your application in the waterfall model. You need to wait. Right, if they said 3 years of time, right, you need to wait until completing the 3 years. You can't able to go in the middle and you can't able to test your application whether it is working properly or not. You can't able to work, guys. You need to wait until completing the 3 years, then only they will show your project. Right, after 1 year, if you go to there, array, show me once the project, how much part is completed, like that, if you ask, they won't show anything. You can't able to see. You need to wait until completing 3 years. But in these 3 years, so many other people are coming into the market with same ideas. Same ideas within these 3 years, so many people are coming. What we need to do? Correct. So that's why this waterfall model is failed, guys. That's why this waterfall model is failed. Right, see here, client involvements also very less, guys. Here in the middle you can't able to go and you can't able to test how the work is going on. You can't able to test in the middle. Client involvement is very less in this approach. And right, so all these are the limitations which we have with this waterfall model. One more simple example I will give, guys. Right, so I want to construct one apartment, guys. One big apartment I want to construct. For that I consult with one builder, guys. Right, I have given the site, whatever the site is available, I have given that site. Right, and they told, right, it will take 3 years of time to complete this apartment, and it will take, right, this much of amount you need to pay, like that they said, guys. Right, so now once you paid the amount, once you hand over this site to that builder, until completing 3 years you won't go to that location. Until completing that 3 years you won't go to that location. Suppose after 3 years if you go to that location, right, if you are not happy with that construction, what you will do? You will break that entire apartment again. Right, time waste and money waste, guys. After 3 years you are visiting to that location, and if you are not happy with that construction, right, if you are not happy with the design, right, so then what you will do? You can't able to do anything at that point of time. Already you spent 2 crores of rupees and 3 years of the time, right, totally waste, guys. So that's why here also, if any client given project to the companies, they need to wait until completing that project, guys. They need to wait until completing the duration, guys. Suppose after 3 years I visit to this Infosys company, right, they have given one demo to me. They have given one demo, guys. Right, everything is not correct. Whatever I expected and what they developed, that completely different. Right, so many errors are there. Screens are breaking, and they used freshers to develop this project. What you will do? 3 years of time is completed, 2 crores or money is over. What you will do after 3 years? You can't able to do anything. So that's why companies, that's why clients are not preferring this waterfall methodology. Here you clients are can't able to, right, clients are can't able to visit frequently in this waterfall model, guys. Clients need to wait until completing the duration, then only companies will give the demo to clients. So that is the problem with this waterfall model. Is it clear, guys? What problems are there with waterfall model? Guys, please respond. I will note it down at here. Right, so in this waterfall model, in this phase, in this model, we will complete one phase. Then we will move to next phase. Right, so what advantages are there, guys? Right, when to use waterfall model, when we will go for this waterfall model, when we can go for waterfall model, when we can go for this waterfall model. Very important, guys. SDLC, when we can go for waterfall model. Right, if a project is small, right, in the next 2 months it will complete, 1 month it will complete. If a project is small, then we can go for this waterfall model. You no need to wait 3 years and 4 years of the time, guys. Why? Because, right, in this waterfall model, right, changes are not allowed. At the beginning, whatever the requirement you told, that is final. In the middle you can't able to change anything, right? Up to 3 years, 4 years, with those ideas we can't able to stay. Right, so with the same ideas, multiple people will come into the market. So that's why, right, if it completes in the next 1 month or 2 months, then we can go for this waterfall model, guys. Right, if it is small, when project is small, then we can go for this waterfall model. Next, right, when requirements are fixed, when requirements are fixed, when requirements are fixed, then we can go for this. It won't change in the middle. It won't change in the middle. Whatever the requirement I have given at the beginning, that is fixed, right? So then we can go for this waterfall model. Next, if budget is fixed, if budget is fixed, then we can go for this waterfall model, guys. See, when we can go for waterfall model, right? When project is small, when requirements are fixed, and when budgets are fixed, budget is fixed, then we can go for this waterfall model, right? Right. So what limitations are there? Limitations with waterfall model. Limitations with waterfall model. What limitations are there in waterfall model? What limitations are there? What limitations are there? Requirements can't be changed in the middle. Requirements can't be changed in the middle. At the beginning, whatever the requirement you have given, that is fixed. You can't able to change in the middle. That is one problem. That is one disadvantage which we have. Next, right? Next, we can't go to previous phases. We can't go to previous phases. This is another problem which we have. Next, client involvement is very less. Clients can't able to involve very frequently. Client involvement is very less. They won't show, right? Even client involved multiple times also, there is no use. They won't show anything. They will show at the end only. Once testing is done, then only they will show. When testing will happen, at the end only testing will happen. When testing will happen, testing will happen at the end. Testing will happen at the end only. Testing will happen at the end only, right? And because of all these problems, risk also very high, guys. Risk also very high in waterfall model. Risk also very high with waterfall model. Guys, have a look into this. Have a look into these two things. So when we can go for waterfall model, what disadvantages are there with the waterfall model? Please have a look into these two things. Simple, guys. Right, my business is small, my project is small. In 1 month we can able to complete that project. Within that 1 month, no other people will come into the market, right? So no other competitors are coming to the market in 1 month of 2 month of times. So we can go for this waterfall model. And requirement is fixed. In within 1 month, what requirements we will change, guys? We won't change anything within 1 month of time. So if requirements are fixed also, we can go for that. Budget is fixed. Suppose, right, requirement fixed means at the beginning only you can talk the budget also. If requirement keep on changing, budget also will get changed, right? If budget also fixed, then you can go for this waterfall model. For small projects, for fixed requirements, for fixed budgets, we can go for waterfall model, right? But if you want these things, then waterfall model is not suitable. See, guys, what limitations are there? Requirements can't be changed in the middle. Requirement can't be changed in the middle. At the beginning, whatever the requirement you have given, that is final. You can't able to change in the middle. Right? After 1 year, no, alright, I have got some other idea. Please add this idea also in my project. Like that, you can't able to go. Like that you can't able to go at the beginning. Whatever the requirement you have given, that is final in waterfall model, right? So we can't able to go to previous phase, right? Designing is completed and we started the development, right? At the development time we are facing some issues, right? Here we are facing some issues, so that's why again you will go back to design and you can't able to change the again. Once the design is completed means you can't able to go back, that is final. Right, so right, water is falling from the steps, guys. Can water will go back to previous step? No, it won't go. Here also, once design completed and you came to development, you can't able to go back to the design phase. That is locked. That is locked. You can't able to go, guys. Right here, client involvement is very less. What is the use of? What is the use? Anyway, you are not going to show the project. Right, so after testing only companies will show the project to client. When testing will happen in waterfall model, at the end, right, all the modules are completed, all the phases are completed, then only testing will be happened in the waterfall model. After testing only you can show to the client. That's why client involvement is very less in waterfall model. Right, if client is not involving, what it will happen, guys? Suppose if you have given site for construction to the builder, right, daily you will go and check or not. Daily you will check or not how work is going, how much bricks they are using, how much iron they are using, how much sand they are using, right? So everything, right, as it is constructing according to your plan or not, according to your design it is happening or not, everything you will check or not. Yes, we need to check, but in waterfall model we don't have that facility. So that's why that is also one problem with the waterfall model. Because of that, clients are not show much interest on this waterfall model, right? Risk also very high, guys. After 3 years, if it is not there as per your requirement, total money waste and total time waste. That's why risk also very high in waterfall model. Clear, guys? All these points are clear. Please respond. Guys, please respond in chat box. When we can go for waterfall model? What disadvantages are there with waterfall model? Is it clear? Good. So next, guys, here to overcome the problems which we have in waterfall model, we need to go for another methodology which is called as Agile Methodology. To overcome all these problems, we are going for Agile Methodology. So all the companies, right, almost all the companies will follow this Agile methodology only. Right, very trending methodology in the market. Agile methodology is the trending methodology in the market. So this waterfall methodology is outdated methodology. Right, long back, 15 years, 20 years back, people used to work with that waterfall methodology. Nowadays, no one is not using that waterfall methodology in the companies. Right, all companies are following this Agile methodology only. So this is very hot cake in the market, Agile methodology, right? So why we are going for this Agile methodology? To overcome all these problems. Agile methodology is going to work reverse for these guys. Requirements can change in the middle. If you go with Agile methodology, you can change the requirements in the middle. Right, you can go to previous phase. Right, clients are keep on involving in this Agile methodology. Right, testing phase wise. Right, phase wise each testing will happen. Module wise, phase wise testing will happen. Risk also very less, guys. Risk also very less. Right, see, client is involving. Right, suppose client is not happy. Right, so immediately he will tell, "Arey, I don't want like this. I want to change something at here." Okay, tell him. He will change according to your requirement. So risk also very high. But in waterfall methodology, until completing the duration up to 3 years, client can't able to say anything. After 3 years, client is not satisfied with that, unnecessarily money waste and time waste. But in Agile, not like that. Client involvement is there. Every phase, every day, every module, client involvement is there. If a client is not happy, immediately he can tell the changes. Companies will do those changes in Agile methodologies. Changes are accepted in Agile methodologies, but in waterfall, changes are not accepted in the middle. But in Agile, it will accept, guys. Right here, whatever the limitations we discussed, all these limitations we can overcome with this Agile methodology. That's why we are going with this Agile methodology. Is it clear, guys? What is this Agile methodology? This is also one of the software development lifecycle methodology. Right? It is a way to manage project by breaking into several phases. In waterfall model, we are not breaking, right, from beginning to end. We need to do step by step, guys. But here, what we are going to do in Agile, we are going to break the project into several modules. See, if you take any banking project, in banking project, we have, right, this banking project, we are going to divide into multiple modules. What modules I am going to divide? Cards is one module, right? Next, loans is another module. Next, insurance is another module. Next, internet banking is another module. So the entire banking project I am going to divide into multiple modules in Agile methodology. Right? See here, right, one team will work on this module, another team will work on this module, another team will work on this module, another team will work on this module. You no need to wait until 3 years of the time, guys. Parallel work will happen at here. Parallel development will happen. Otherwise, see. So this cards functionality is completed. Right, you can deliver up to here to the client. Client is not required to wait until completing this entire project in Agile methodology. Client is not required to wait until completing this entire project, guys. One module is completed, you can deliver this module to the client. Right here, client will come. If client is not satisfied with this, client will suggest some changes. No problem. Within 1 month, we can able to complete this module. Right? In 1 month, we can able to complete. Only one. We spent 1 month of the time only. If a client suggested some changes, no problem. It will take 1 more week to do those changes. But after 3 years, if client came, what it will happen? Client is not satisfied with your entire project, what it will happen? Right, money waste and time waste. But in Agile, not like that. We are going to split our project into multiple modules and we are going to work modules wise. Client involvement is there in each and every module, guys. Each and every module, and the client not required to wait until completing this entire project. Client is not required to wait until completing 3 years of the time. First module is completed, you can deliver this module to client. Client will start get the revenue on this module. Right, next 2 months, second module will complete. Right, hand over this module to client. Right, now client will get the revenue on these 2 modules from after 2 months. Right, next 2 months, complete this module and deliver this module also client. The module wise we can deliver the client, guys. Risk is very less. Suppose within 2 months we are delivering this module. Suppose if client is not happy, no problem. Only 2 months of time only wasted, right? Suppose if you give this entire project in single shot, right? You need to spend lot of time, guys. But here only 2 months, no problem. No problem, guys. Only some amount of money only spent on this module, no problem. But after completing this project means you spend lot of time and you spend lot of money is wasted, guys. Clear, guys? In Agile, what is happening? Agile model, we are going to divide. We are breaking the project into multiple phases, guys. Right? This Agile model we can call iterative model also. Right, another name for this Agile methodology is iterative methodology. Right, here continuous development and continuous delivery, CI/CD is available in this approach. Continuous right? Continuous CI/CD, continuous CI/CD is available, guys. Continuous implementation and continuous delivery. See, I have implemented this module, deliver this one. I have implemented this module, deliver this one. Like this, continuous delivery is available in this. Client is not required to wait until completing entire project in Agile methodology, guys. Is it clear, guys, what is happening in Agile methodology? Right, all these problems are overcoming or not? Guys, please respond. Requirement changes are allowed. Right, previous phases you can go. Client involvement is there. Testing module wise, each module wise testing is happening. Risk also very less in Agile methodology. Understood? See, let me show the diagram once. How it look like diagram. So these are the Agile model, guys. These are the Agile model, right? You can go back to previous phases also. Review, deploy, test, develop. See, guys, plan, design, develop. We are splitting all the modules. We are dividing and we are working, guys. Right? Continuous. This process is continuous, guys. This process is continuous. See, this process is continuous, guys. But in waterfall, this is the process, linear, sequential, one by one. But here not like that. See, guys, continuous implementation and continuous delivery. Client can change in the middle, guys. Client can suggest anything in the middle according to client requirements. They should change also. They should work on that. That's why continuous implementation and continuous delivery is available in Agile model. Repeat, guys. It is not sequential, not one by one like that, guys. Understood? Agile methodology, right? So what is this Agile? This is also one of the software development lifecycle methodology. Agile is one of the SDLC methodology, right? Agile is also called as iterative model, iterative approach or iterative model to develop and deliver the project. Right? Here what we are doing, we are splitting the project into multiple modules, right? It is a way to manage a project by splitting or breaking into several phases. Right? Here we can achieve continuous integration and continuous delivery. Continuous integration and continuous delivery, guys. Continuous development and continuous delivery. Otherwise take continuous development and continuous delivery by using Agile methodology by using Agile methodology. Right, so here in diagram what you guys have seen, in Agile, planning, implementing, delivery is cyclic approach, not linear, guys. It is a cyclic approach, right? Have a look into these steps, guys. Clear guys? Not completed, guys. Agile methodology, it will take one more session. Agile methodology will take one more session. We need to discuss a lot about this Agile methodology, right? 1 more hour it will take. Agile methodology, it will take 1 more hour. We need to discuss more about this Agile methodology, right? So I want to join my office. I have some work, right? So we'll continue tomorrow. Up to here, clear, guys? When we will go for what is the SDLC, what phases are there in SDLC, what are the different methodologies are available in SDLC, what is waterfall methodology, right? When we can go for waterfall methodology, what limitations are there in waterfall methodology, how we can able to for overcoming these limitations, what methodology is available, right? So what is Agile methodology? Clear? Up to here, clear? We will discuss what advantages are there, what disadvantages are there in Agile methodology. Everything we will discuss. Up to here, clear? Good. So we will continue in next class, right? Agile methodology is not completed. This is very, very important methodology. We need to spend at least 1 more hour on this Agile methodology. We need to talk in detail about this Agile methodology, guys. Okay, fine, guys. I'm stopping here, right? We will continue in next session. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Recording